Hello everyone, Galidorn back again playing Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, so it is my second episode for the fusion that nobody wanted, Jeroboam.
Why am I so mediocre?
Or as I'm calling it, the pursuit of the dude who would be mod food. Quickly checking in. So I've completed everything in the fusion up to this point.
You don't know what the point is, and you don't care.
That's true.
Sitting on 20 fragments, and as I said before, my minimum to get here is 60 fragments, and my optimum that I want to get is 80. So either 12 mod chests or 16 mod chests. And I think that if I get the 16, I should be able to get the 9 fragments for mod. As you can see, you can get 3 per chest if you're lucky. Watch me come out and be like 99 or something at the end of this.
99.
So quickly looking into what I was doing. We're in the middle right now of the Fire Knight tournament. So with the day, almost 2 days left here, I'm virtually assured of getting my 5 fragments. Take those nice juicy coins that I always love. As you can see, I'm within 400 points of that, so that's basically like 10 to 15 runs of super raids.
That I suppose you could call space aids.
Not doing the Champion Chase tournament, so these fragments are out.
Get the fuck in there, Clarabelle.
Rebuilding shards. So basically, the thing that I'm not doing is anything to do with shards. So that's why I said I go for 80, because I know that I'm going to be missing a lot because of shards. But there will be no shards involved in this fusion event. Odin's Trial still ongoing. I'm just waiting to claim these rewards. I did put some into it in the lull between the Dragon Tournament and the Fire Knight Tournament for Dungeon Divers, but there's really nothing here. I'm not willing to invest enough to go against the Fusion to try and get this Soul Stone up here. And the thing is, yeah, I might just be out of the top 10, but really anything below number 5, not worth pursuing, because energy and gems, kind of the same thing. I always sort of look at them as the same thing, so I usually use gems to buy energy. So why would you be wasting gems and energy to get just a small rebate on gems and energy?
It's time to stop!
Last arena takedown starts in 16 hours. I blew pretty much through all my champion training resources for this tournament here, and I got the full 10 fragments, and I did finish in the top 10. So I'll claim that energy in some multi-battles. As the event stands, so the only event going on now is Artifact Enhancement, 15 hours left. And yeah, I have enough resources well enough, so I'm considering that as in the bag for the Jeroboam. I'm just waiting until reset today so I can, use whatever Artifact Enhancement for the quests I might get. The guaranteed quest of the Artifact, and maybe there'll be an accessory in the advanced quests. So that's all I'm holding on there, and then I'll have those 5 fragments.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
That's where I stand. So now let's look at where I'm going and a quick look at the schedule for Jeroboam. Okay, so right now it's October the 4th, it's Friday. I'll show you where I am right now in terms of schedule. So my plan is here to do everything that isn't involving shards, and here's something I just noticed. There's no summon rush here. So listed right now, there's only 1 shard of it. And looking more in depth at this schedule, this might have been probably the easiest fusion that Raid has ever thrown at people.
You are tripping balls.
Of course, we don't know what's involved in the hero's path, so maybe I really shouldn't say that. But comparatively, looking at this right now and remembering how fusions have been in the past, this would have been a really easy one if we were going for the full-on champion. And I think Raid realized that. They realized that the champion wasn't all that, super, overwhelming. He's not a bad champion, but he's not OP.
Well, if it's god power that gets you going, light some candles and put on the Billy Ocean.
And I think they realized, of course, that packing on the end of all the Thor stuff, that a lot of people really wouldn't be up for this, so they made it an easy one. So looking upcoming, I'm going to get 10 fragments from the classic arenas. As I always say, classic arenas takedown is no-brainer. Spider Tournament, another 5, so that's 15. Ice Golem Tournament, another 20. So go with the 25 I have in hand after I do the Artifact Enhancement. That'll be 45. so 15 short of my minimum. Dungeon Diver is a bit of a bag drive, but I'll have to pull it out. Artifact enhancement, the 2 artifact enhancements, so that's another 15 points. So is my minimum of 60. And now, actually looking at this with news that have dropped about the Freyja deck of fate.
Show your cards.
Okay.
Show your cards. Flip them.
I'm all in.
Flip them.
All in. Flip them.
Flip your cards.
I might have to revise down my optimum, because at the end of all of these, outside of the last champion training event and the Hero's Path, I'll only be at 60, which means I'll have only a possibility of 30 more for 90, and I said my optimum was 80, but we'll get to what's happening in Freyja, but it's going to interfere with what I want to do here, so that's a decision I'm going to have to make, because I think I can still get 10 from the Hero's Path, so I may change my optimum to 70, because even when we look into player in play right now, though it is not showing on player in play, the Freyja deck of fate is scheduled, it's been announced by Raid, to start on Monday, October 7th. So we see it's not in here yet. And the elements to this one are going to be champion training, upgrading, and soul stones. Now with those 2 elements, one is going to cancel out the other, unless you're a real whale, you know, or real hardcore at it all the time.
Oh.
Because I don't think the deck of fate will spill into that last champion training that's part of the fusion. Now, I don't think that the Hero's Path will now involve soul stones, because there is no summon rush. I think that Hero's Path is going to be basically a summon rush in the Hero's Path. And will they include the champion training element in the Hero's Path? I don't think so, because they did it in the last Hero's Path. They've got the deck of fate champion training that's going on prior to that, and they have the champion training that's going on during the Hero's Path.
What the fuck is going on?
So I'm thinking that it'll be a summon rush and probably raiding for artifacts. So I think that's my call on that Hero's Path. So I might not be able to get those 10 fragments there, because I said I'm not going to be doing any summoning. It depends if there's a 2x event in there. Depends on how many shards I have. I might be willing to throw a few sacreds at it if necessary. And the champion training, I'll have to decide whether I'm going to do it for the deck of fate for Freyja or to get my mod fragments in the Jeroboam fusion. So that's a decision I'll have to make when I see the deck of fate. Although a deck of fate is kind of easier to decide on, because you know the elements going in. Hero's Path, you got to see where the placement of everything is beforehand. So yeah, so that's where I stand right now. I'm unsure, so it'll be clear, I guess, on Monday once the deck of fate drops. Will I try to commit to getting Freyja? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I have the resources to be able to get all the card flips that I need to be able to run the board. I do have enough soul stones this time around to try and make a dent, so that's something that I have to think about as well. I mean, you could get lucky, and RNG could be on your side to get the 100 fragments before you pull all the deck. However, very unlikely. And that's because, I'll state my position again, the deck of fate and, you know, the flipping of the cards is really just an illusion to get you to think that you have some control. Oh, it might be here, I'll click on this one. It might be here, I'll click on this one. No, it's pure RNG. It's decided on the click. It doesn't matter where the click goes of what you'll get. And it probably has a diminishing percentage the more fragments that you pull. They do the deck of fate the way they do because that allows them to not give you like the percentages really of pulling the fragments. It makes you think that it's a random thing you have some control of. However, I suspect that the percentage of getting a fragment drops with every card you flip over with fragments. Yeah, okay, more conspiratorial thinking on my behalf, but I think that's what happens. So that's how things stand now. I am pretty confident that I'll get my minimum of 60, which will give me 12 chests to open for mod, which, come to think of it now, might not be enough to get mod, so it's kind of disappointing. Revise up my optimum to 70, which gives me 14 chests. Still probably not enough to fully get mod. Ugh, disappointing.
What? She goes. She's gone.
Well, like I said, I do have Sacreds and Primals. We'll see if they throw in an element here that might make it worthwhile for me to pull shards 2 times or an extra or something like that. Voids are a no-go. I have to rebuild my voids for the future. So that's why I'm staying away from them in this champ chase. Although I'd still have Vassal. Let me just see here for a second.
Kind of forgot
About him. That would only get me 500 points though. I'd still have to summon.
No!
No, it's not worth it. I'd have to basically deplete all my sacred shards. Or really pile into my ancient shards. I do have enough gems. No. I'm not going to be tempted to go for that. If I just end up with 14 mod chests, that'll be fine. I have to get back to the roots of casual free-to-play. I have to get back to impulse control. I have to get back to being patient. It's key here. Alright guys, so that's where I am.
Where am I? Who took my false teeth?
That's my decisions are made and what I'm going to think about doing in the upcoming week. So I hope your mod chase is going well. Hope that you're going to get a lot of chests from it. If you are in fact going for the Jeroboam Oktoberfest dude who likes to drink a lot, that you are well on your way to getting them. If you're just hanging back and just letting your account rebuild for the next wave in the future, hope you're doing well with that. Hope if you are wanting Freyja, that you're well prepared for that deck of fate. Nothing caught you by too much of a surprise. Hope everything else is well with you, and you're not too depressed over summer ending as we get into the fall. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.